One of the most critical skills you can ever develop, one that will shape the course of your life, is the ability to truly see people for who they are. This isn't about deciding whether you like someone or not. That's just preference, a surface-level judgment based on fleeting emotions or shared interests. No, I'm talking about something far deeper, something rooted in careful observation, patience, and a genuine understanding of human nature. It's about peeling back the layers of charm, charisma, and carefully crafted facades to uncover the truth beneath. Because here's the hard truth, the one we often avoid confronting. Not everyone in this world has your best interests at heart. Some people are malicious, some are deceitful, and some will manipulate you, not because they're lost or confused, but because they thrive on chaos and control. They feed on the vulnerability of others, and if you're not careful, you could become their next target. These individuals don't wear signs announcing their intentions. They don't reveal their true nature up front. Instead, they hide behind masks of kindness, wit, or even authority, waiting for the right moment to strike. If you don't learn to recognize the warning signs, you'll unknowingly invite these people into your life. You'll mistake them for friends, partners, or mentors. You'll trust them with your time, your energy, and your dreams. But in reality, they are obstacles, barriers standing between you and the person you're meant to become. They'll drain your confidence, sabotage your progress, and leave you questioning your own worth. And by the time you realize what's happening, the damage may already be done. In this video, we'll uncover the 7 undeniable signs that someone in your life may be toxic or even dangerous. These are the red flags that, if ignored, can lead to betrayal, heartbreak, and wasted potential. But if you learn to spot them, you'll gain the power to protect yourself and ensure you're surrounded by people who truly add value to your life. People who inspire you, support you, and help you grow, not tear you down. If you're ready to take control of your relationships and your future, stay with me. This isn't just about identifying toxic people. It's about reclaiming your power, your peace, and your path. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content that empowers you to live your best life. Because you deserve nothing less. Now let's begin. The first sign that someone may not have your best interests at heart is a glaring disconnect between what they say and what they do. Words are easy. Anyone can say the right thing. They can promise loyalty, preach honesty, and paint themselves as the most trustworthy person in the room. But actions? Actions reveal the truth. They are the unfiltered, unedited version of who someone really is. And when their words and actions don't align, that's your first red flag. Think about it. They'll promise to always have your back, but when you need them most, they're nowhere to be found. They'll preach about the importance of honesty, but you catch them in lies, big and small. They'll tell you how much they value your friendship, but their behavior tells a completely different story. This inconsistency isn't accidental. It's a calculated move, designed to keep you guessing, to keep you off balance, and to keep you under their control. Asterisk. Here's the thing. People who operate in bad faith rely on this disconnect. They know that most of us want to believe the best in others. We want to give people the benefit of the doubt, and they use that against us. They'll say all the right things to gain your trust, but their actions will always betray their true intentions. They'll promise loyalty, but betray you when it's convenient. They'll preach virtue, but live in deception. And if you're not paying close attention, You'll miss the cracks in their facade. So, how do you protect yourself? Start by observing, not just listening. Pay attention to patterns. Do their actions consistently match their words? Or do you find yourself constantly making excuses for their behavior? If it's the latter, it's time to take a step back and reassess. Because when someone's words and actions don't align, it's not a mistake, it's a warning. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever dealt with someone who said one thing but did another? Maybe it was a friend who promised to support you but disappeared when things got tough. Or a partner who talked about trust but acted in ways that shattered it. Share your story in the comments. Let's start a conversation about how to spot these red flags early and protect ourselves from those who don't deserve our trust. Let's continue. The second sign that someone may not have your best interests at heart lies in how they treat those who can't do anything for them. This, right here, is one of the most revealing tests of character. Anyone can be kind, generous, or charming when there's something to gain, when they're trying to impress a boss, win over a potential partner, or gain favor with someone who holds power. But the true measure of a person's character is how they treat those who can offer them nothing in return. Watch how they speak to the waiter at a restaurant. Observe how they interact with the janitor at their office. Pay attention to how they treat the stranger on the street who asks for help. These moments, often overlooked, are where their true nature shines through. If they're rude, dismissive, or outright cruel to those they perceive as beneath them, it's only a matter of time before that same cruelty spills over into their relationships with you. Here's why this matters. A person who lacks empathy for those who are powerless is revealing something fundamental about their soul. They see kindness as a transaction, not a principle. They believe that respect is something to be earned by status, not something to be given freely as a basic human courtesy. And if they're willing to treat others poorly simply because they can, what does that say about how they'll treat you when the tables turn? I've seen this play out time and time again. Someone who is warm and charming to your face, but snaps at a server or belittles a subordinate, is showing you who they really are. They're giving you a glimpse of the ugliness that lies beneath the surface. And if you ignore it, if you convince yourself that their kindness toward you outweighs their cruelty toward others, you're setting yourself up for disappointment, or worse, betrayal. So, I want you to reflect on this. Have you ever noticed someone being kind to you, but cruel to others? Maybe it was a friend who treated you like gold, but spoke down to service staff. Or a colleague who was supportive of you, but dismissive of interns or assistants. Let's talk about it in the comments. Share your experiences, because these stories matter. They remind us that character isn't situational, it's consistent. And if someone shows you who they are, believe them. The third sign that someone may not have your best interests at heart is their ability to twist reality to suit their agenda. This is manipulation at its most insidious, a psychological game where they distort your perception of the truth to make you doubt your own memory, your own feelings, and even your own sanity. It's a tactic designed to keep you off balance, to keep you questioning yourself, and ultimately, to keep you under their control. They'll say things like, "You're overreacting," when you're responding perfectly normally. They'll claim, "That never happened," even when you know it did. They'll dismiss your concerns as irrational or tell you that you're too sensitive when you call out their behavior. Over time, this constant gaslighting erodes your confidence. It makes you second-guess your instincts, your judgment, and even your sense of reality. And the more you doubt yourself, the more power they gain over you. Here's how it works. They create a fog of confusion around you. One moment, they're warm and affectionate, making you feel like the most important person in the world. The next, they're cold and distant, leaving you wondering what you did wrong. They'll praise you one day and tear you down the next, leaving you constantly off balance. And when you try to confront them, they'll twist the conversation, making you feel like the problem lies with you, not them. This isn't just manipulation, it's psychological warfare. It's a deliberate strategy to keep you dependent on their approval, their validation, and their version of reality. And if you're not careful, it can leave you feeling isolated, confused, and utterly drained. So, I want to hear from you. If you've ever been manipulated like this, share how you handled it. Did you confront them? Did you walk away? Or did it take you time to realize what was happening? Your story could help someone else who's going through the same thing. Let's start a conversation in the comments about how to recognize these tactics and protect ourselves from those who use them. The fourth sign that someone may not have your best interests at heart is their refusal to take responsibility. This is a hallmark of toxic behavior, a complete inability to admit they're wrong. Instead of owning up to their mistakes, they'll twist the narrative, shift the blame, and make everyone else the problem. They'll say things like, "It's not my fault," or "You're too sensitive," or "You're overreacting," rather than acknowledging their role in the situation. Here's why this is so dangerous. When someone refuses to take responsibility, they create a dynamic where you're always the one at fault. You're the one who's too emotional, too demanding, or too difficult to please. They'll paint themselves as the victim, even when they're the aggressor. And over time, this can leave you feeling like you're the problem, like you're the one who needs to change, even when you've done nothing wrong. Think about it. They'll make promises they don't keep, and when you call them out, they'll say you're being unreasonable. They'll hurt your feelings, and when you express your pain, they'll tell you you're too sensitive. They'll fail to meet your expectations, and when you voice your disappointment, they'll accuse you of being too demanding. It's a never-ending cycle of deflection and denial, designed to keep you off balance and under their control. But here's the truth. A person who can't take responsibility for their actions is not someone you can build a healthy relationship with. Whether it's a friend, a partner, or a colleague, their refusal to own up to their mistakes will eventually erode your trust, your confidence, and your peace of mind. And if you let it go unchecked, it can leave you feeling trapped in a dynamic where you're always the one apologizing, always the one compromising, and always the one carrying the weight of their shortcomings. So, I want to hear from you. Have you dealt with someone who never takes responsibility? How did you handle it? Did you confront them? Did you set boundaries? Or did it take you time to realize what was happening? Share your story in the comments. Let's talk about how to navigate these situations and protect ourselves from those who refuse to own up to their actions. Let's continue. The fifth sign that someone may not have your best interests at heart is their love for chaos. These individuals thrive on drama, not because they enjoy resolution or growth, but because chaos serves as a distraction. It keeps you too busy, too stressed, and too emotionally drained to notice their true intentions. While you're caught up in the whirlwind of their making, they're free to operate in the shadows, manipulating situations to their advantage. They'll spread rumors to pit people against each other. They'll stir up trouble just to watch the fallout. They'll create conflicts where none existed, simply because they enjoy the sense of control it gives them. And when things get messy, they'll sit back and watch as others scramble to clean up the mess. For them, chaos isn't a byproduct, it's a strategy. It's a way to keep everyone around them off balance and under their influence. Here's the thing. People who thrive on chaos often have a deep-seated need to feel important. They want to be the center of attention, even if it's negative attention. They want to feel powerful, even if it's at the expense of others. And they'll go to great lengths to create situations where they can play the hero, the victim, or the puppeteer, whatever role suits their agenda in the moment. But the cost of their chaos is high. It drains your energy, distracts you from your goals, and leaves you feeling emotionally exhausted. It can damage your relationships, your reputation, and even your sense of self. And if you're not careful, you'll find yourself caught in a cycle of drama that never seems to end. So, I want to hear from you. Have you ever been caught in someone else's drama? How did you escape? Did you confront them? Did you walk away? Or did it take you time to realize what was happening? Share your story in the comments. Let's talk about how to recognize these patterns and protect ourselves from those who thrive on chaos. The sixth sign that someone may not have your best interests at heart is their resentment toward your success. These individuals can't stand to see you thrive. Your achievements, no matter how big or small, feel like a personal attack to them. Instead of celebrating your wins, they'll downplay them, dismiss them, or even sabotage your efforts to keep you from outshining them. Here's how it often plays out. You share exciting news, a promotion, a new opportunity, a personal milestone, and instead of genuine congratulations, you're met with backhanded compliments or outright negativity. They'll say things like, "That's great, but are you sure you're ready for it?" Or, "Must be nice to have it so easy." They'll find ways to make your success seem trivial, as if it's not something you earned, but something you lucked into. And if they can't diminish your achievements, they'll try to undermine them altogether, spreading rumors, taking credit for your work, or creating obstacles to hold you back. This resentment isn't about you, it's about them. It's a reflection of their own insecurities, their own failures, and their own unwillingness to take responsibility for their lives. They see your success as a mirror, and it forces them to confront the parts of themselves they'd rather ignore. Instead of using your achievements as motivation to grow, they'll use them as an excuse to tear you down. And if you let them, they'll drain the joy out of your accomplishments and leave you questioning whether you even deserve them. But here's the truth. Your success is not a threat. It's not something to be ashamed of or something to hide. It's a testament to your hard work, your resilience, and your potential. And anyone who can't celebrate that with you doesn't deserve a place in your life. So, I want to hear from you. Have you ever felt like someone resented your success? Maybe it was a friend who couldn't be happy for you, a colleague who tried to sabotage your efforts, or even a family member who dismissed your achievements. How did it make you feel? How did you handle it? Let's talk about it in the comments. Your story could help someone else who's dealing with the same thing. The last, and perhaps most telling sign that someone may not have your best interests at heart is their lack of empathy. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, is the foundation of healthy relationships. It's what allows us to connect, to support, and to care for one another. But when someone lacks empathy, they don't care about your feelings. They don't care about the impact of their actions on others. And they certainly don't care about the pain they cause. Here's how it often manifests. They'll hurt you, whether through their words, their actions, or their indifference, and then act like it's your fault for being upset. They'll say things like, "You're too sensitive," or "Why are you making such a big deal out of this?" They'll dismiss your pain as if it's insignificant, as if your feelings don't matter. And when you try to express how their behavior has affected you, they'll turn the conversation around, making you feel like the problem lies with you, not them. This lack of empathy isn't just a character flaw, it's a warning sign. It's a clear indication that this person is incapable of truly caring about anyone but themselves. They see relationships as transactions, not connections. They see people as tools to be used, not individuals to be valued. And if you let them into your life, they'll drain you emotionally, leaving you feeling unseen, unheard, and unappreciated. Asterisk, but here's the thing, you deserve better. You deserve to be surrounded by people who care about your feelings, who respect your boundaries, and who value your well-being. And if someone consistently shows you that they lack empathy, it's time to reevaluate their place in your life. From inconsistency between words and actions to a glaring lack of empathy, these are the 7 undeniable signs that someone in your life may be toxic or even dangerous. These are the red flags that, if ignored, can lead to betrayal, heartbreak, and wasted potential. But if you learn to recognize them, you'll gain the power to protect yourself and ensure you're surrounded by people who truly uplift and support you. If you've recognized any of these signs in someone you know, it's time to take action. Set boundaries, protect your energy, and remember, you deserve to be surrounded by people who add value to your life, not drain it. You deserve relationships that inspire you, support you, and help you grow into the best version of yourself. If this video resonated with you, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Let's spread the knowledge and help others recognize these warning signs before it's too late. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel for more content on personal growth, relationships, and living your best life.